I'd like to welcome all of our guests, all of our award winners, all of our dignitaries. This is our 26th year serving as the Charitable Heart of Coquitlam. We're very pleased to announce that the value of the bursaries, scholarships, and grants being distributed in 2018 is over $80,000, and the grand total that the Coquitlam Foundation has given out in its 26 years is almost $1.3 million. I'd like to introduce Colleen Talbot, Board Chair of the Coquitlam Foundation.
Thank you, Ron, and good evening, and welcome to all of you, and we're glad to have you here to help us celebrate our 26th year of giving to the community. Thanks to the vision of our founding members and the generosity of our donors, we are able to support organizations and students in our community. We're very pleased to have so many of our fund holders here tonight to celebrate with us, and you will meet many of them throughout the course of the evening. I'd like to acknowledge some special guests we have here with us tonight. Please stand and give us a little wave. MLA for Coquitlam Burke Mountain, Joan Isaac. And I did not see MLA Selena Robinson come in, but she wishes us well. His Worship Richard Stewart. I didn't see Richard come in either. Oh, there he is. Sneaking in the side. And we have Coquitlam City Councillors Terry Towner, Chris Wilson, and May Reed. Thank you for coming out. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Evergreen Cultural Center, who is our venue sponsor, Thrifty Foods, who's our reception sponsor, and Qantas Developments, and Sandpiper Signs. You might have noticed our photographer going around taking pictures. We have a policy that if you do not want your picture published anywhere on our website or anywhere, if you could please let the photographer know as he's taking pictures, and if you have a problem with your photo being published or put on our website. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the contributions of two citizens that we have lost this year. The first is Bill LeClaire, and I'm sure many of you recognize that name. He and his wife, Sharon, and their 3 children were residents of Coquitlam for many, many years. Over the course of the time, Bill and Sharon set up a fund with the foundation for Bill's father, Ray LeClaire, who worked for the city at that time. And then subsequently, they set up a fund in memory of their daughter, their youngest daughter, who died of complications of diabetes. And now Bill is no longer with us, and Sharon is in the process. Sharon and her 2 girls are in the process of setting up the Bill LeClaire Community Fund. The other person is Les Wingrove, and you may have heard of him. He had a son, Trevor, who was a fierce lacrosse player and also worked for the city, and he died several years ago, so the family set up the Trevor Wingrove Bursary Fund for an upcoming lacrosse student. Now I would like to invite His Worship Richard Stewart to bring greetings from Coquitlam City.
Good evening, all. This is an amazing organization and an amazing evening run by an amazing organization. The Coquitlam Foundation was established with the goal of improving our city. And I think that, and some of the names that Colleen had just read out, some of the founders, some of the people that really started this, they won't last forever, and some of them we've lost. And some of those voices that really had a passion for a future, a bright future for Coquitlam, they're people we ought to recognize and acknowledge. And on behalf of this council and the city of Coquitlam, I want to express my thanks to those that had the vision those many years ago to establish a foundation, to actually seek out a piece of legislation called the Coquitlam Foundation Act. In the province of British Columbia, you can Google it. It's actually an act of the Legislative Assembly. and it established this body. This body has done great work, and once again this year we will see some of the wonderful work, some of the awards and honors that this body will put to our community. So I join with my colleagues, Chris and Terry and May's here, sorry. I didn't see May before the event, but she's up there. But all of council joins tonight. And I want to acknowledge especially one other, council member who's not here tonight, but almost always is. He has been such a tremendous force in Coquitlam Foundation for longer than anyone else. And it's unusual in that the Act says that you can be appointed to the board for 8 years maximum. But when his 8 years was running out, there's one other body that can be appointed for longer than that, and it's the mayor is a statutory position. It's in the Act that the mayor sits on the board, or his designate. So given my schedule and a number of constraints and the fact that someone with that much passion was going to have to leave the board, I appointed Terry O'Neill to the board as my rep at the end of his 8 years. So he actually served more than a decade on the board, and this is likely his last term for any number of reasons. He is contemplating stepping away from the Coquitlam Foundation after more than a decade. He truly has been so much involved in the promotion of the Coquitlam Foundation, and I really wish he were here tonight so that I could drag him up here. He's shy. And honor him properly, and we will do that at an upcoming council meeting. But I do say that Terry O'Neill and so many others have been passionate about this community in ways that have moved this foundation forward, and tonight we will see some of those results. On behalf of the City of Coquitlam, on behalf of my colleagues on council, I thank all of you for your participation, for coming tonight, and I thank certainly those who carry the torch now and will carry it in the future for their hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. I'd like to introduce the rest of the board members now. We have our treasurer, Justina Mark, and as Richard mentioned, Terry O'Neill, and the representative from School District 43 is Carol Cahoon. And Tri-City Chamber of Commerce also has a representative on the foundation, and that's Carlo Zarilla. I haven't seen Carlo come yet tonight. Our other board members at large are Adele Gamar, Ron Grender, Trish Manduo, Linda Menegallo, and two that are not with us tonight, Rock Ripley and John Wolfe. And our staff members, Dwight Yoakum, Tricia Kobayashi, and Angela Chong. So as chair of the foundation, I am very impressed by and grateful for the talent, energy, and commitment of all of our board members, committee members, staff members, and our volunteers. Thank you to each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication to the foundation and to our community. So as Richard mentioned, there was Terry, who was on the board for a long time, but we have another board member who's leaving us this year, and that's Ron Grender. Now, Ron has been on the foundation since 2010, so that means he's stale dated. He has to leave us now.
Best before.
And he's always been a large part of the Grants Committee. He's been the chair for several years now, and I know that he appreciates all the help from the committee members that are on the Grants Committee, but the role of the chair of the Grants Committee is a very big role, and we're very appreciative of him helping us out for so many years, and we're hoping that he will stay along with us as a member of the Grants Committee for the next while. So we're happy that he has another opportunity tonight to put smiles on the many faces. And we have a small token of our appreciation, Ron. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you to all the previous board chairs, all of the members of the board, and everyone out there that supports the board. Thank you very much. I was hoping it wouldn't be flowers because I killed them really quickly.
So Ron is going to take over now.
Thank you, Colleen. I'm sure I am like a few of you being technologically challenged. And today I was having a problem with my cell phone. It was sitting right in front of me. It's connected to my computer, which was right in front of me, to my Apple Watch, which was on my wrist, and I was missing calls. I'm going, well, how can that happen? Here's how it happens. There's a feature on your phone called Do Not Disturb. So if you could please exercise your option to use that feature or just turn it on mute, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce the co-presenter for this evening, Justina Mark. Our treasurer, Justina, has been with the board for 3 years. Being a person that volunteers for things, she's also doing other things. She's the chair of the PAC at Walton Elementary, which happens to be a school I retired from, so I have fond memories, and really happy that Justina is carrying on the tradition of having wine at every meeting. Well, I should have checked that. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, we're really happy to have Justina here tonight to help co-chair.
Okay, thank you.
It's been a pleasure to chair the Grants Committee again this year, and I'd like to thank the members of the committee for all their work throughout the grant application, assessment, and selection process. Every member of the committee receives a large number of applications for grants, bursaries, and scholarships, and before our meetings, they have to read through them all and assess them, come prepared to make informed recommendations using the criteria that we've established. We appreciate their contribution. Some of them are here tonight, not as many as I would hope, but and some are no longer involved in the board. Actually, former director Justin Kim was our grants committee vice chair, and I don't think Justin's here tonight, but we appreciate his support over the years. Linda Menegello, who also has contributed everything to the organization of this event. Justina Mark, Carol Cahoon, Judy Robb, Diana Pengali, Janet Toddington, who was former board chair and also former chair of the Grants Committee up in Whitehorse tonight. Hello, Janet. Jim McIntyre, Nikki Caulfield, Ravinder Safaya, who's with us tonight. Ravinder is a fund holder as well. Dan Durpak and John Wolf. Please give a round of applause for the efforts of all of these people. We always get more applications than we can support because we're only using limited resources, and it's a real challenge sometimes, but I think in the end we make very good decisions. Our first group of awards for 2018 is from the Coquitlam Foundation's donor-advised funds. These funds have been established by private donors who come to the Coquitlam Foundation for assistance in making a donation to support a particular charitable work, cause, or endeavor. Such funds currently support many health initiatives such as Alzheimer's, kidney disease, arthritis prevention, stroke recovery, and support for those struggling with juvenile diabetes. Other donor-advised funds support the arts, education, seniors' activities, or people in need. Donor-advised funds make it possible to create a mini foundation in a cost-effective way. They make it possible for residents, community agencies, and businesses to establish and grow funds that will contribute to the community in a unique and everlasting way. And in some cases, the donor-advised funds hold close the memory of loved ones lost through various circumstances. We're very happy that we have such incredibly generous fund holders and appreciate it a lot. Before we begin the presentation of scholarships and bursaries, I'm pleased to introduce a special guest who's going to share with us the perspective that we haven't really heard before at our awards ceremony, that of a parent learning that their daughter or son has been successful in receiving an award from the Coquitlam Foundation. Please welcome the father of one of this year's award winners, Mr. Rob Karakangas.
Good evening. As parents, we hope for success for our sons and daughters.
Success is a journey, and along the way, you see signs that your child is on the right path. Things like achievements and overcoming challenges. One of these signs is qualifying for a scholarship. It is the result of hard work and perseverance. In these times, post-secondary education can be expensive and sometimes out of reach for some families. We appreciate organizations like the Coquitlam Foundation for helping make our community better and for offering scholarships that help our young people reach their full potential. So thank you. To my daughter, I'm proud of you for your accomplishments and for who you are as a person. And I'd like to congratulate all the recipients tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob. I'd like to get a photo. I really wanted that photo because the last photo that I would have taken with Rob Carrick-Angus would have been when he was in grade 7 and our basketball team just won the district championship. He said the other day it was wonderful to reconnect with old friends. I won't tell you how old. Thank you, Rob. Very nice tribute to our foundation and also to all the parents who support their children. We're going to begin with the Brodie Campbell Memorial Scholarship, and I'd like to invite Colin Campbell and Judith Osborne to come down and join me. This fund was established by the Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association in 2007 to commemorate the memory of Brodie Campbell. The fund provides a scholarship for a second-year midget lacrosse player, male or female, who brings to the game of lacrosse the same qualities as Brodie did: love of the game, team spirit, mentoring, dedication, commitment, and sportsmanship. The scholarship is awarded to help provide post-secondary education or training to a graduating Coquitlam Minor lacrosse player. Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association midget lacrosse player. I should correct that. This year, Colin Campbell and Judith Osborne are going to present the award, and I'd like Luke Benedette to come and join us now, please. Luke's intention is to study and become a physiotherapist. His interests are lacrosse and sports medicine, and he enjoys putting a smile on people's faces when he can help them. Congratulations, Luke, and Colin, and Judith. You're welcome. And if you'd like to say a few words.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's only a short page, don't worry. First of all, I do want to recognize the work of the Coquitlam Foundation and the role it plays in community building and distributing financial support to individuals and organizations in the city. We're very proud of our continuing association with the foundation. But as Ron mentioned, this scholarship was established in memory of our son Brodie, who was an avid lacrosse player with the Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sports association in the province. Lance Hofseth is here. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong later. Anyway, when Brodie died suddenly in 2007, we wanted to honor his memory in a way that would support young people within our local community. Now, Colin and I joke that if Brodie could have had his way, that would have been in the form of beer money. But we didn't think parents would kind of go for that. So instead, the scholarship provides tuition for any kind of post-secondary education or training, which hopefully will free up some money for the beer. So the money that established this scholarship is made up of contributions from family, friends, and other supporters, and from the lacrosse community itself. The scholarship is adjudicated by the Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association, and the funds are administered by the Coquitlam Foundation. It's, as Ron pointed out, it's awarded to someone who loves lacrosse the way Brodie did and is a great team player. And the scholarship can be used towards the cost of any form of post-secondary education or training. So we congratulate Luke, And as I said, I kept it nice and short, and I'll hand over the envelope.
Thank you, Judith.
Congratulations.
And let's just step out and we'll get a photo. Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Our second award is the Sheila Elaine Fulton Fund Award, and I'd like to ask, representing the Arthritis Society, Liesl Drayton and Samantha Rogers to join me on stage, please. This fund was established to commemorate the memory of Sheila Fulton, near Nee Haag, longtime Coquitlam resident and community volunteer. Sheila lived with the challenges of rheumatoid arthritis her entire adult life. This year, we're providing a grant of $1,500 to the Arthritis Society, who will use it to support the attendance of a child with arthritis at a summer camp. And speaking of people that started the fund, Richard, Gordon Fulton could not be here tonight. He regrets that he wasn't able to be here, but he's really happy to present this award to Liesl and Samantha. Founders, that's the word I was looking for. The Daniel and Gary Cooling Education Fund bursary was established more recently, 2013, and its purpose is to assist students in the Tri-Cities area with post-secondary education or training. Recipient must meet the selection criteria established by the Cooling family and the Coquitlam Foundation. Unfortunately, Danielle and Gary Cooling are unable to join us to present this bursary. Neither is the recipient, but they wanted us to wish Nilafar Sharif the very best on their behalf. And Nilafar is planning to use the award to help her attend Douglas College, where she'll study sciences. Her hobbies include painting and traveling, and she's been volunteering at her local orthodontist office. And you'll hear a lot tonight about the ways in which students are volunteering and providing community service. Our next award is the Trevor Wingrove Bursary Fund, and I'd like to invite Lance Hofseth to come to the stage at this time. The Trevor Wingrove Bursary Fund was established in 2013 in the memory of Trevor Wingrove, longtime lacrosse star, respected City of Coquitlam manager who died of cancer in 2010. Bursaries are awarded for post-secondary education or training to a student athlete who has played lacrosse with the Coquitlam Minor Lacrosse Association for at least 2 years and exemplifies the qualities of leadership, performance, dedication, commitment, perseverance, and sportsmanship. I'd like to invite two recipients to the stage now, Morgan Lowe and Gabriel Prochik. Gabe. Morgan plans to attend Simon Fraser University, where she will study behavioral neurosciences. Two of her hobbies are lacrosse and reading. She really enjoys coaching girls field lacrosse and box lacrosse, and she loves seeing younger girls improve and succeed. And Gabe will be traveling all the way to Massachusetts this September, and he'll study finance and accounting. That is, while he's not playing lacrosse or fishing, or maybe if he takes Judith's recommendation, he might even be drinking a little beer. I don't know enough about Gabe. Like Morgan, Gabe has been giving back to his community by coaching under-11 field lacrosse. Please help me congratulate Morgan Lowe and Gabe Prochik.
You've changed it up on me a bit, Ron.
Sorry.
Judith is right. We are the largest association in Western Canada. Nice to see you both, Colin and Judith, as always. 8 years ago, Trevor lost his battle with cancer. Trevor Wingrove was a well-respected contributor to the city of Coquitlam, a husband, father, son, brother, and a terrific lacrosse athlete. After Trevor's passing in 2010, the Wingrove family established the Trevor Wingrove Bursary through the Coquitlam Foundation. In the past, I have presented this award with Trevor's father, Les. It's with great sorrow that Les is not with me today, but I know he's with us in spirit after his sudden passing in late April of this year. The Trevor Wingrove Bursary is awarded each year to outstanding students and athletes in the sport of lacrosse. It is with great pleasure that the 2018 Trevor Wingrove Bursary is awarded to two outstanding student athletes, Morgan Lowe and Gabe Prosick. Thank you.
We're very pleased to have Ravi Safaya, the fund holder, here with us tonight to present the Steps Together Fund bursaries. Established in 2012, the Steps Together Fund was created by the Safaya family to assist students who are resident in Coquitlam at the time of their application through the provision of financial assistance for their post-secondary tuition. Bursaries of $750 each are going to be presented to Jordan Chambers and to Kate Kim and Kate So. I think Kate is unable to attend tonight, if I'm correct. So Jordan, would you please come down? And Kate, would you please come down? And please welcome Ravi Safaya.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Ron. This is a great opportunity for us, Steps Together is a family foundation. We came to Canada '89, and this Canada has been very good to us. They gave us home, they gave us a destination. We feel settled, I think we belong here. And at the same time, we want to go back to help the society, help the youth to achieve their dreams and pursue their higher education, and at the same time, give back to the community. It has been hard to choose among so many excellent applications we had to go through, but we are pleased to have Jordan Chambers, Kate Kim, and Kate Sue here tonight. I'm sorry we had to choose limited numbers, but if I wish, I could help everyone. They exemplify hard work, vision, dedication to pursue higher education. At the same time, while they're pursuing higher education or the school, they're giving back to community, and they're taking that message or taking that step while they're doing post-secondary education, and even beyond, they want to go back to society and use the education for the benefit of society. We believe that it takes a village to raise a child, and I think they exemplify the theme we have is that we all come together and support each other. That's the way we can grow into a good community. And congratulations to all three of you for great work you have done, and we wish you success. Thank you.
Hold on a second. Jordan Chambers will be traveling a long way east to Dalhousie, where he will study costume studies and history. His two hobbies are rock climbing and theater, and he has contributed community service by educating fellow students on LGBTQ+ people and issues through presentations to Planning 10 classes at his school. Kate will be attending McGill University in September, and her intention is to study biological, biomedical, and life sciences with a major in neuroscience. She loves reading, writing, and snowboarding. Kate has volunteered in the community by assisting refugees and also at Eagle Ridge Hospital. She finds it rewarding to see the impact on the community and the positivity that comes from helping others. And Kate, who is unable to attend tonight, is registered at Simon Fraser and will be pursuing a degree in biochemistry and medical research. Two of her hobbies are technical theater and reading. So once again, congratulations. Slide over this way a bit and we'll get a photo. Thank you very much. In 2012, the Coquitlam Foundation established the James Gordon Stewart Fund, a legacy from a longtime Coquitlam resident who died in 2009. This fund is designed to support research into Alzheimer's disease and kidney disease, to aid patients affected by these diseases, and to provide financial assistance to Tri-Cities students who are intending to attend Simon Fraser University. We have several scholarships tonight, and I'd like you, when I start to call your name and read your bio, to come down, and we'll present them all at one time. Juliana Bessler. Simon Fraser University will be Juliana's campus this fall, where she will study physics and music, and in the future, she intends to enter teacher training. Her hobbies include playing and recording music, as well as playing basketball. Juliana volunteers as a musical therapist at care homes, singing and playing the guitar for elderly people while encouraging participation. Jackson Hamanishi, also attending Simon Fraser University this fall. When I say megatronics, robots, and music, are you intrigued? I am. Like many of you, I live close enough to SFU, I'm wondering if I might hear some genuinely heavy metal music wafting down from the hill next year. Jackson's interests include music and robots. He also enjoys volunteering at summer camps, where his goals for campers include fun and inclusion. Sarah Karakangas, you met her father a bit earlier. Sarah will be continuing her studies in French and linguistics at Simon Fraser University. Along with reading, Sarah enjoys the study of languages, including French, Spanish, Italian, and Finnish. She loves working with children and happily spends her summers volunteering at Vacation Bible School at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. Angelique King. Angelique will be studying biological sciences at Simon Fraser University this fall. She enjoys singing and playing guitar and also enjoys playing volleyball, basketball, and spending time outdoors. Angelique traveled all the way to the Philippines to provide community service, leading an environmental cleanup initiative and raising the importance of protecting the environment. Emily Lamb. I don't think Emily is here this evening, but she plans to study science and health at Simon Fraser. Is she here? She's here. She is here. Good. Emily plans to study science and health science at Simon Fraser University. She enjoys wrestling, badminton, and cross-country running. She's also a passionate leader and a change maker in our community. She enjoys inspiring others to challenge the status quo and to make a positive difference in the community each and every day. Stephanie Lamb. Simon Fraser University will be where to find her in the fall, studying health science, population, and quantitative health. Stephanie enjoys event planning and exercising, and I'm going to slip in a promotional message here. You can enjoy both event planning and exercising if you volunteer with the Coquitlam Foundation. Sharing her journey and helping others develop their own life course brings Stephanie a sense of empowerment and joy. Mattia Lucas, and I know Mattia was going to be here if he could get here on time, but maybe he's not here. He will be up at SFU. A lot of these students are going to be up at SFU next year, studying molecular biology and biochemistry. Matthias enjoys playing volleyball, practicing veganism. He's worked alongside a swim instructor to provide a safe and encouraging environment for children to excel in the water. Catherine Shin. Catherine will be studying molecular biology and biochemistry. Like several others, she'll be adding to the Coquitlam contingent up at SFU. She enjoys hiking and photography, and she also enjoys working with middle school students, many of whom are new immigrants, supporting them in developing literacy and numeracy. She loves seeing light bulb moments. Anyone that's been in the classroom teaching loves seeing light bulb moments. And our final James Gordon Stewart Scholarship winner is Cameron Way. And I couldn't help this sort of pun or semi-pun. Travel up Gallardi Way next September and you just might see Cameron Way. He'll be studying computer science at SFU and playing lacrosse and soccer. He's another one of our student athletes who loves giving back to the game and the community by coaching and inspiring younger players. Please give all of these students a rousing round of applause and appreciation. Thank you. Thank you all very much, and good luck. Incidentally, the envelopes that we provide to the students contain a congratulatory letter and directions or instructions about how to claim their award. They don't contain checks. They can't run straight to the bar or anything like that. But when they do register at a post-secondary institution, they send us a confirmation of their enrollment, and our treasurer develops a check, and our grants committee chair sends it off, and it all works well. And they have 3 years, up to 3 years, to claim their awards. So if they decide to travel to Europe next year and wait for a year to go to school, it's okay. Expensive, though. I'd like to invite Roya Rafi'i, Rotary Club's Youth Services Chair, and Linda Reamer to present the awards to Rotary Club Community Service Award winners tonight. And while they're coming up, I will introduce the winners. Risa Fox will be attending the University of British Columbia next fall and studying biochemistry. She likes playing basketball and soccer. She also enjoys volunteering in different areas of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. Emily, you've already heard about, so I won't reread that. Jessica Martell will attend SFU and is planning to study in the interim Aboriginal University Preparation Program. She loves art and hiking and recently volunteered in the All Nations Festival. Ethel Grace Passion has been accepted at both Capilano College and Simon Fraser, but whichever campus she's on, she'll be pursuing a degree in political science. She likes reading books, especially historical drama, and she loves hiking and backpacking. Ethel gives back to the community through peer tutoring and sharing her knowledge. Joyce Tao will be traveling to Ontario to study zoology at the University of Guelph. Her hobbies include growing plants and drawing. Joyce is a volunteer at her church, and she enjoys connecting with younger kids. And Roy, would you like to come and say a few words?
Good evening. The Rotary Club of Coquitlam was chartered 51 years ago in March 1967. Since then, we have served the local community through projects such as ongoing school breakfast program, the Lafarge Lake volleyball courts, and the Blue Mountain Park and Mountain View Park playgrounds. Internationally, we continue to support programs to eradicate the polio virus and to supply clean water. We have donated wheelchairs to Mexico, sent a medical team to the Peruvian Andes, and most recently supported a small village in Laos. One of our avenues of service relates to youth programs. We send students each year to an Adventure in Citizenship program in Ottawa, as well as to Rotary leadership gatherings. We also award bursaries to students in several Coquitlam secondary schools. In honor of Dulcie Huscroft, Doug McCorkindale, and Pamela Strout. These members of our club who contributed in significant ways to the Tri-City communities. On behalf of our club president, Andrea Gueller, and our club members, we are pleased to award bursaries to 5 students this year to recognize their volunteer work and to support their desire to pursue their post-secondary academic goals.
Thank you all very much. And good. At this time, I'd like to invite Colleen Penrally to join me on stage. We're going to award the Seroptimist Tri-Cities Fund Awards. And first of all, I'd like to invite Annika Crape-Tardif to join us. Annika will be moving to Edmonton next fall to study at the University of Alberta in the Faculty of Engineering. She enjoys art and field hockey and has provided community service by working with and supporting at-risk youth in the Tri-Cities. Johanna Jucatan, another future Simon Fraser student. Johanna's goal is a Bachelor of Science degree in Interactive Arts and Technology. Her interests are graphic design and biking. She has worked with kids at Club Digenista, where the participants solve problems by executing certain code and by employing creative problem-solving skills. Chiku Ngozi, I do not have biographical data for, and I don't believe she's here. But congratulations, Chiku. Sophia Slater, I think unable to attend as well, will be at the University of Waterloo next year, studying environment and business. Her interests include musical theater and environmental sustainability. Sophia co-founded an environmental club in her high school and has enjoyed leading hikes and educating about conservation. Each of those students will receive a $1,000 award. And Emily Lamb, who you've heard from earlier, will also receive a Seroptimist Give Her Wings and a $500 bursary. Please welcome, or please congratulate, and Emily's just making her way down, I think. Please congratulate all of these students. We don't have them all here, but we'll congratulate them anyway.
Actually, I suspect the reason we only have one of our B. Kelly Award winners here this evening is we already recognized them at our awards brunch in March. So, although I am disappointed not to have Annika here because I have her certificate. This award is given to a young woman in grade 12 who is a very active volunteer in her community and is intending to pursue post-secondary education once she graduates. So congratulations to all the winners. And Emily Lamb was the winner of our Give Her Wings award, which is given to a woman who is supporting herself and is registered in post-secondary. So congratulations again, Emily.
The Coquitlam Foundation has its own community fund, and we do provide some bursaries from that fund. I'm going to invite Justina to the lectern now, and she will announce the recipients of the Coquitlam Community Foundation Fund bursaries.
Thank you, Ron. Give you a little break from Ron's charming voice. So this year, the Grants Committee selected 3 outstanding students to receive the Coquitlam Foundation's Community Fund bursary of $750 each. Please come forward when I call your name, and the first recipient is Elena Bruno. Next year, we'll find Elena at McGill University, where she plans to study biology, biomedicine, and life sciences. Her interests are competitive dancing and tutoring, and because of her interest in medicine, Elena volunteered as a medical intern at a hospital in Tanzania, Africa. Elena. Our next recipient is Tyler Wong. Tyler intends to study at the University of British Columbia, Okanagan campus. Applied sciences and engineering will consume most of his time next year, but he also has interest in musical theater and hockey. Tyler recently volunteered for the Corporate Kids Challenge in support of kids sport, and he has performed in musical theater for over 14 years with the Lindbergh Academy in Coquitlam. Our third recipient is Kelly Zhang. Hoping to pursue studies, I think Kelly's here, right? Okay, great. Hoping to pursue studies and a career in medicine, Kelly enjoys basketball, acting, and learning additional languages. She has contributed time supervising in day camps and recalls one experience with particular fondness, and that is teaching elementary children about food literacy. So, congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to invite His Worship Mayor Stewart to come forward to say a few words regarding the Mayor's Community Fund scholarships.
Thank you. A number of years ago, I established a community fund, a Mayor's Community Fund, that would help out in various ways in the community. It would help PACs do things. It's essentially contributed to by donors. And every year it gives out 8 scholarships, 2 scholarships, female and male, to each of the 4 public high schools in Coquitlam. Actually, when they were setting this up, they asked me, well, how do you want the process to go so that you can choose the recipients? And as you've heard from others who are up here, the challenges of choosing among so many eligible and so many wonderful applications, I threw it back at the teachers. I said, I went to the professionals that work with these kids and said, I'd really like the schools to nominate their 2 and have the staff choose people who really can make a difference and are making a difference. Tonight we've heard so many names, young people like Brody Campbell, who didn't get a chance to, but so many others, people who are friends of mine, people who have been in this community for years, people like certainly B. Kelly, who continues to amaze us, but Doug McCorkindale, a good friend of mine from Rotary, and Trevor Wingrove, who I worked with, and Bill Leclerc, who I worked with, and Ray Leclerc, his father, and Sheila Fulton, and so many others. This group of 8 are the next generation that is going to make those great achievements in Coquitlam, and so many of the others that have won awards tonight are going to be those, the next group. And so Am I supposed to just read these names out, or are you going to do that?
I will
You're-
introduce
Oh,
them,
good,
and
good.
I will-
So, that's it, I'm done.
No, you're going to present the envelopes. They'll come up and get the envelopes from you, line up on stage, and we'll get a group photo.
There you go.
All right?
You'd think I had done this before, so.
Yeah, it says here, I'll read out the names and the bios, and the mayor will present, so we'll do it that way. From Glen Eagle Secondary, Iman Fortin, maybe, not attending is what I've got. Anyway, he'll be attending SFU and planning to study sciences, particularly veterinary medicine and oncology, and he's provided work experience at a local veterinary clinic. Nicholas Ramirez, is Nicholas here? Nicholas had a crazy schedule. Maybe his mother could come down. No, Nicholas is here. He was singing somewhere. He's going to have to be singing again, but Nicholas will be attending Simon Fraser University to study biomechanical engineering. His interests are singing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has enjoyed leadership projects such as Talk to Me 5.0, a mental health awareness event, and Sleep Out 2018, a fundraising event for homeless youth in Vancouver. From Pine Tree Secondary, Cameron Bloom. Cameron will be attending Simon Fraser University and studying philosophy. His interests include Model United Nations and European history. He has volunteered at various school events. And Sophie Greenwood, mathematics, economics, and computer science will be Sophie's area of study at the University of British Columbia. If she has any spare time after that, she'll probably spend it reading or gardening, two of her favorite hobbies. Sophie enjoys performing traditional Chinese comedies at community events to promote multiculturalism. From Centennial Secondary, Serena Jacob. Serena plans to study kinesiology at UBC next year. She loves music, plays the guitar, and is also passionate about photography. Serena has been a volunteer at Eagle Ridge Hospital. In her words, and I, as one of the older generation, now love these words, I enjoy giving back to the generations that helped shape the community I live in, and I also enjoy hearing about their life experiences. Timothy O., also from Centennial, will be studying kinesiology at Simon Fraser, and he is likely to enjoy some camping and sports in the meantime. Those are his two favorite activities. He also volunteers at his church and has loved some of the missions and the opportunities he has had to support others. Max Botsis is from Charles Best and will study chemistry and management at UBC next year. He loves building things, engineer style. I guess that means they stay up where they're supposed to, I don't know. And he also referees soccer. Max has been a peer tutor, and his goal has been to make learning fun so that his fellow students will continue to learn and strive for greatness. And Kate Kim, now I'm trying to remember, is Kate here? Yes. Kate will be attending McGill University in September, intending to study biological, biomedical, and life sciences with a major in neuroscience. She loves reading, writing, and snowboarding. She's volunteered in the community by assisting refugees and at Eagle Ridge Hospital. She finds it rewarding to see the impact on the community and the positivity that comes from helping others. So congratulations to all of you.
Good, John? No, wait, there's one more.